Yesterday I had the pleasure to talk about the eGovernance solution at the city of Belgrade. I did forget to mention one very, very important fact about that implementation and any other implementation of the solution. As you probably know, Microsoft is not a solutions company, it's not a services company. We do have a services organization, but our services organization, while it is a little bit profitable, it's not the most profitable. Like, we rely on our partners, services partners, to deliver services and solutions based on Microsoft technology. So again, this particular implementation in the city of Belgrade was not done by Microsoft. It was done by the consortium of the local partners, or partners in general. And this is the great story, I would say, about Microsoft, because it does have what we call the partner ecosystem around us that builds the solution on the top of our platform and contributes to the development of the information society through what we call private-public partnership manner, where you have like a public sector partnering with the private sector on solution development. So today I will a bit extend on our Microsoft's vision on e-government implementation by, for some of you introducing, from some of you probably not introducing because you already know, about Microsoft Citizen Services Platform. The Citizen Services Platform from Microsoft certainly addresses LRG, so local and regional governments, municipalities, cities, not the state governments, not the defense, not healthcare and education, but really the problems, the everyday issues that citizens and businesses face while dealing with the governments at the local level. So, what is the context of the local government? Just to go back to what I already addressed yesterday during the presentation of the City of Belgrade e-government implementation, I mentioned that two major and two most important customers, external customers of every local and regional government are citizens and businesses. Like, I always like to go a step further and say, let's treat local and regional government as a company. Companies operate based on the customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction is very important to the success of the company. The customers of LRG, local and regional governments, are citizens and businesses. If they are happy, they will feed that back to the local government. I voiced it yesterday. I basically said that the local governments are in the business of being re-elected. The only way to be re-elected is to ensure good customer satisfaction, provide good services to the citizens and businesses, and get them to vote again for them. And there are scenarios around education, around housing, around recreation, around all aspects of living that are very important in the life of every citizen and in the scenario of every business. Let's just take a brief look at some of the events that the citizens are facing in their day-to-day life, and those events are tightly coupled with the basic business processes of local and regional governments. Starting a family, adopting, divorce, getting married, birth, death, starting school. So these are all the very important events of every citizen in every LRG. Every LRG in the world addresses these events in a different way. Traditional way is the paper-based way. Traditional way is that you as a citizen allocate a day or two to spend in front of the teller, waiting in the line to get the paper, to pay the fee to submit the application, to get the stamp. The new way, the way that we are all aspiring for, is through the electronic service delivery, or through the citizen self-services. What are citizen self-services? The services that I can get by myself in the electronic way, using the electronic teller, using my mobile device, using my mobile phone, using my personal computer at home, using my personal computer at work. Every single event from this figure here has a process associated to it. That process involves getting and storing some data, both in the paper-based way or electronic-based way, based on the context, based on the local and regional governments that we are facing. It is inevitable fact, and we saw it yesterday during the presentation, that the same information about one citizen is often, if not always, stored in many different places within the local and regional government. And not only the local and regional government, but the context here is local and regional government. So, if we have the same information stored in many different places, it means that different government agencies are responsible for different databases. And when I say a database, I mean both the electronic and paper-based database. When we have the same information stored in different places, the probability of having an error is going up. The probability of not having synchronized information is going up. For instance, change of address. We spoke about that yesterday. The address is changed in this database today when the citizen moves, but in another database is not changed at all. In a third database is changed within the week. You know? So those are very frustrating things for the citizen. Except when you are getting the speeding ticket or parking ticket or whatever. I love that those go to my old address where my parents lived. You know, they always go back to the City of Belgrade administration. Unfortunately, those things will be addressed by eGovernance. So, one of the goals that Citizen Service Platform will need to enable is the synchronization in what we call a real enough time of that information that is available all over the place.